Okay, I want to be honest and vulnerable with you right now about what I'm currently going through. And the thing is, this isn't going to be a clear video. This isn't going to be very easily or clearly communicated or described, because when I tell you I'm going through this, I'm thinking about it now, I'm talking like it is actively happening. And you know what? Maybe talking about it is going to help me actually figure it out, or at least get a few steps closer. So in a call earlier today, I was asked about, you know, my 3 areas of focus right now are building a second income stream, one that's not just a second job, building a fit, shredded, and sexy body, which I am well on the way to doing, and then building my best relationship yet with the love of my life, which that one I haven't even met the love of my life, or I should say, I don't even know who the love of my life is right now. Maybe I've met them, maybe I haven't, I don't know. But those are my 3 areas of focus, and I have steps for each of them. And yet, there are things holding me back in each of those areas. And I was asked, why? Where do those come from? What's going on? And, we talked about a bunch of stuff. We ended up figuring out, I ended up coming up with at least a pattern, a similarity between the 3 of them. And it was this feeling of like unworthiness. For the longest time, I didn't think I could have the body that I wanted because I didn't think I was allowed to, right? And it might sound weird to say it like that, but genuinely I would ask myself the question, like, can I really have that? Can I really achieve that? Can I really make that happen? Like, I knew logically if I just did X, Y, Z steps, yeah, I could do it. But there's always this little voice, this nagging voice that was like, all right, but like, can I really? Like, can I really get this result? Can I really show up? Can I really be consistent? And it's been this like quiet yet very persistent, very, very sharp voice that has just been spreading doubt in all of these different categories. Because at least with the whole body thing, I felt like that was the easiest one, the simplest one to tackle first, because that one was the one where I could truly just like get tangible results like that, show up, do it. All I had to do was start putting in the work, start working out. And I have been doing that, and I have been feeling better. I have been getting that body, and I want to keep improving. I want to keep going, because I want to be that beacon, that symbol, that example of, health and fitness and energy and vitality. But the other two are more tough. Thinking about this belief of like, can I really, am I allowed to? And I was sitting in the sauna earlier, and I go, okay, what am I thinking? Where am I going? Like, what's at the core of this all? And I realized that in order for me to feel, like, in order for me to get to a certain point where I could have certain things, achieve certain things, I realized I had this belief underneath of, I have to do certain things to get a certain result, right? That's simple. But the belief somehow morphed into, if I don't have something, it's because I haven't done enough to deserve more than I have. And that one's a bit more tough for me to work through. Because, like, with a lot of other things, I can just, come up with the new meaning, come up with the new belief and support it. But how do I convince myself that I deserve something, or I deserve to work for something. You know, maybe that's actually not like the bad part or the part that's holding me back. I was gonna say, like, how do I convince myself that I deserve something before I've done the work for it? But I think that just creates like this form of like greed or pride. How is that? Wait, okay, hold on. Let's work through this. Hold on. Okay. Maybe the question is not about how do I deserve something I haven't worked for. It's because what ends up happening, you know, let's continue speaking out loud. Let's continue working through this. Gosh, I keep getting lost. The reason I stop doing something or I don't pursue something is usually out of overwhelm, thinking there's, you know, too much to do. And I think part of that comes from like not knowing exactly what I have to do in order to get a certain result. So if it's like a relationship, I don't know exactly what I have to work on, what steps I have to do in order for me to actually achieve the thing. I have like a lot of vague ideas. I have a lot of advice that different people have given me, but all of it, like none of it's like a scientific thing. All of it's like, oh no, you're just increasing your chances. Oh, this is tough. This is tough because I don't actually know where the fault is. I don't know where the weakness is. Like what I could change, what I could do. I think I need to talk to someone. I need a different perspective. So I'm just running my own mind in loops. You know, let's try a little exercise. What if someone came to me with these thoughts? If someone came to me, what would I tell someone? You know, if they told me, they haven't done enough to deserve more than they have. Like, is that a belief that has to change? Or do you just have to do more things? Is there something wrong with doing more things? There can be. Because if you're not careful, you could fall into the trap of constantly creating these new ideas of things you have to do before you allow yourself to have the thing, have the result. You know that experience where someone tells you, oh, you know, before I quit this job, I just need to do this. Or, oh, before I leave this person, I just need to do that. And then they do that thing and they go, oh, no, but like actually, I also need to do this. Oh, yeah, before I could ask that person out, I also need to do this. Oh, yeah, but, and then I know I just did that, but like right after that, I realize I also have to do XYZ, right? It's this idea of like, if you don't think you deserve to have something, you will create reasons as to why you don't deserve it. I've created the reason that I don't deserve something as I haven't done enough, but I haven't created that threshold. I haven't created that line of, oh yeah, this is what I have to do. This is how much I have to do. I haven't defined how much I have to do. I just have this belief that I haven't done enough. So when will I know enough is enough? You know, if we're just looking at it like a SMART goal, I haven't made this belief measurable. And because of that, I get to hold on to it. I get to keep it. What that also means is I don't get to have the life that I want because I'm constantly going to think that I haven't done enough to deserve it. So maybe there is a flaw in that thinking. There is a flaw that, I haven't done enough to deserve more than what I have. I think I have like a whole tangled web of emotions when it comes to the word deserve. Maybe I don't think I even have a real definition of what we all deserve. We all deserve love. Yeah. We all deserve to grow and to have a chance to do something new, something good. Yeah. Oh. What do we all deserve? Why is that a tough question? Am I embarrassed? Am I scared? Because if I wasn't afraid and I was just like, oh, what do we all deserve? I don't know if I could convince myself, oh, we all deserve everything that we want. I'd probably say something closer to we all deserve. God, I actually don't know. Oh my gosh. I mean, what do I need to find this answer? Is it something, someone, someplace? I think I'm gonna ask people. What do we all really deserve? Let me know what you think. What do we deserve? What is the definition of deserving? And who/how do we decide what we all deserve? Because I think deserving comes from working hard. But I'm also doubting that. Do I work hard to get what I deserve? Or do I deserve to work hard? None of this is making sense. We're gonna crop this here. I'm left with even more confusion than when I started. I was really hoping I was gonna be able to figure this out within this video. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna talk to some people. Maybe tomorrow in the coming days I will figure out what I think about all this. Oh, this is rough. I usually find the answer a little quicker than this. This is a fun experience. An actual question. I think that's how I know it's so. Apologies. I'm sorry to yawn. That's how I know it's so deep rooted. It's so deep rooted that I can't even, at least on my own in this moment, imagine another reality. Imagine the possibility of something else. Maybe that's what I have to do. Maybe I have to think of this from like a completely different perspective, a different person. If I was being completely selfish and completely selfless, what would those two answers be? Okay, let's work through this. This is real. Like, I would love to tell you about this discovery, but honestly, sometimes it takes a little longer to discover what it is we need to discover. It takes us a little longer to come up with the steps, come up with whatever it is. It may take a few days, and that's okay. I just want you to join me for it. I'd love to hear what your answer is from before. If you enjoyed, I feel like I want to start asking this. Hit me up. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up with a DM, whatever. Leave a like, follow, subscribe, whatever, wherever it is that you're watching this. Because that's another thing that I get afraid to ask, because I don't feel like I've earned that level of following and recognition. Wow, this is deep. This is deep. Okay. I think a lot. And I need to not think so hard. I really just wish I had the answer. Let's go find the answer. All right, anyways. Without further ado, I will bid you farewell. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening, however long that may have been. I know, it's this one wasn't a clear one. It wasn't a succinct one. But, if you watch this, you probably saw more of yourself than you have in any of my other episodes. So I appreciate you, and I love you. And I hope until we meet again, you just remember to always fill up with the love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.